guys, Tab here and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by to hang out with me on this video today. I hope that you all are doing well. So in today's video, you guys, we are going to be making some dinner rolls in the camp oven on the camp stove. So if you're new to the channel, I am Tab, you guys, and on my channel, I am preparing for what's to come by stocking up on food, water, and also showing you what I do to keep my home warm during the winter time, and also ways to cook in case we have a grit down situation. In case there is a power outage in your area, you may be interested in purchasing these two items that I'll be showing you today. So that way, if you do, you'll still have a way to bake some of your favorite things that you and your family love to eat, as well as cook these things. So as I was thinking about this video, you guys, and for you that's been rocking with me for a long time, something just told me to run it back to how to use this camp stove. And so that's what I'll be doing. And if you guys want to fast forward through that part, you can, but I know that I have a lot of new subscribers that may not have seen my other videos on how to use this camp stove. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it back and show them how to use it in case they are interested in purchasing this. And moving forward, as I use this, I'll probably do this in every video. And like I said, if you want to fast forward through it, feel free to do so. I hope that you don't, but fast forward if you need to. And so I am going to go ahead and head on over, show you what I'll be using for these dinner rolls. This is my first time making these. Okay guys, so I have my mixer set up and I'm gonna show you the ingredients that I'll be using for these rolls. And the first one is all-purpose flour. I'm gonna be using melted butter, active dry yeast, warm milk, sugar, and a little bit of salt. And as I'm putting each ingredient inside of the mixer, I'll make sure I pop it up on the bottom of the screen of how much of each ingredient that I'm using. So now we're gonna start off with whisking our warm milk about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into my mixer. And then I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of my sugar. So I'm gonna put my whisk on. Now I'm gonna sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. I'm gonna let this set for 1 minute. And this is what it's looking like. So we're gonna let this sit for 1 minute. Now that my minute is up, I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this together. I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 minutes until the yeast starts to foam. The 5 minutes is up and you can see that the yeast is starting to look foamy. So now I'm gonna add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm adding the remainder of the sugar. This recipe calls for unsalted butter, and I don't have unsalted butter, so I'm gonna use what I'm gonna reduce the amount of salt that I'm adding. So I'm gonna add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So in case of a grit down situation and you don't have unsalted butter, just use what you have. This is what it's looking like right before I start to add my flour. Now I'm gonna add in 1/2 cup of flour. So I'm gonna scrape the sides of my bowl to make sure I get all of the flour incorporated into the mix. I'm gonna keep repeating 1/2 cup of flour until the dough starts to thicken. Now that my dough is thick, I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the dough hook. And we're going to mix this on speed 2 for just a couple of minutes, guys. So this is what the dough hook looks like. So while my dough is mixing for about 2 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and grease this clear bowl, okay? And I'm gonna use butter. All right, there we go. this is what the dough is looking like. So I am about to cover it with some saran wrap. Ooh, did I tell y'all how much I hate using saran wrap? But I'm gonna use 2 pieces to make sure I cover the entire top of the bowl. Okay. So now that we have this covered, I'm gonna place this inside of my microwave, a warm, dark place for 2 hours, and I'll be back in 2 hours and we'll see how this dough has risen. Okay guys, so the 2 hours is up and I'm gonna go ahead and take the plastic off of the dough. All right. Okay, so this is what it's looking like, guys. So I'm gonna take the dough out and place it on my flour that I sprinkled on my countertop, and I did this off camera, but I'll pop up a picture and let you guys see. So we're gonna go ahead and take this out. Okay, here we go. I'm kind of just scooping it out, guys. And I'm gonna just put it on my dough here. Hope you guys can see that. All right, so I'm just gonna flip this over, cut this into about maybe, let's see, maybe 12 pieces. So this is the size casserole dish that I'm using, guys. And so I went ahead and buttered my knife just in case, because I didn't want the dough to stick. So I'm gonna cut this, let's see. Maybe you guys can see it better this way. And like I said, this is my first time doing this, guys. So be nice in the comment section. Okay, so I managed to get 12 pieces out of here. And so, but these small pieces like this one right here, I'm gonna go ahead and probably add it to this one right here, okay? So I'm just gonna take each piece, roll it into a ball and put it into my casserole dish. And then I'm gonna have to cover it with some saran wrap, place it in a warm place for 30 to 60 minutes until they rise. And then we'll be ready to get started with the camp oven and camp stove. All right, here we go. So we're gonna take the first piece. And I'm gonna kind of fold it under a little bit, guys. And there we go. And I'm gonna place it into my casserole dish. Okay guys, so this is how they turned out so far. I was able to get 9 in here, and you have to keep in mind that the camp stove, you have to have a smaller casserole dish to use in it. So I was able to get 9 in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with some saran wrap, and we're gonna place it back in the microwave for about, I'm thinking about an hour. We'll go ahead and do 60 minutes. And then until they rise. Okay guys, so the hour is up. This is what they're looking like. So we're gonna go ahead and get the oven and stove set up, and we'll go ahead and get these popped in. All right, I'm gonna turn this around this way so you guys can see. Let me slide it back some. So we're gonna open this up and get ready to pop our canister in here. Close it up. We're gonna push this latch down and lock it into place. Okay, we have our heat turned on. So I'm gonna go ahead and place the camp oven on top. We got it all locked into place. Make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector, and also make sure you crack a window in your home. So it says to bake this on 375, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and do 350, you guys, and just let it bake for a little longer. So we got this heating up now until we get to 350 degrees. Okay, so we are just a little bit past 350 degrees. So I'm gonna reduce my heat down and we're gonna go ahead and pop these into the oven, you guys. We're gonna bake these between 23 and 25 minutes. And I'll check in with you halfway so that way we can see how these are coming along, okay? Oh, let me get ready to turn this down. Ooh, this is really heating up fast. So let me turn the heat down until we get to back to 350 and then I'll go ahead and pop them in, guys. So it's 5:15. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this open. Guys, be very careful if you decide to get this oven because this is metal. And girl, be very careful because I messed around one day. And let's see, we're gonna have to slide this in and then turn this sideways, guys. There we go. So there we go. We got them in there. We're gonna go ahead and close this back up. Alrighty. Okay, and I'll check back in with you guys halfway. Okay, so we are hanging around a little past 350. We're almost like at 375, but I want this to bake on 350. And then I'm just gonna let them bake just a few minutes extra because it's not like baking in a regular oven. So I'm going to just reduce my heat just a little bit so it can hang around 350 degrees. Okay guys, so that is one more check-in before they are done. They are starting to brown. They are looking pretty good. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out of the oven and see how they are doing. Okay, so here goes. Let's get these taken out. You have to be really careful. This thing is hot. All right, so this is what they are looking like, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and spread some butter over them, and then we'll take one out and see how it looks on the inside. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some melted butter on these. I have no idea where my brush is to brush the butter on these, guys, so I'm gonna have to use my spoon. So next time I go to Ross, that is something that is gonna be on my list of things to get because I definitely need one of those. Can you just hear that butter sizzling on these as I put it on here? All right, so I am done putting the butter on these. So I am gonna go ahead and grab a saucer and take one of these out, and we're gonna see how they look on the inside, y'all, using our camp oven. So I have my saucer, and these are really hot. This dish is really hot, so I'm gonna just use a butter knife, guys, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just take one of these out. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see what we got here, guys. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let me hold it here so it won't fall off the plate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and actually, let's see. I'm just gonna pick it up here, guys. Done all the way through. You guys see that? Here's the top. There's the bottom of it. Done all the way through. Ooh, this is hot, honey. This is hot. But can you see that? All the way through, guys. Okay, y'all. So I did do a taste test on the rolls. They are delicious. One thing I would do when I make these again, and I will be making these again, is adding a little bit more sugar because I love my rolls to be a little sweet. Other than that, they came out amazing. They taste so good. So you got to keep in mind that these were baked in a camp oven and not a regular stove, but they are absolutely delicious. And I will definitely be making these again. And so in case you have a grit down situation, you will have a way to bake and cook. Guys, get your hands on one of these stoves and one of these ovens. you will be glad that you did. In case of grid down, or even if you have to pack up and leave your home due to weather evacuations, you can pack these up, take them along with you. They're both lightweight, and they come in their own little cases, so you can just grab those, grab you some non-perishables or whatever you need, take it with you, and that way you'll have food to eat, a way to heat your food up. You won't have to eat it out of a can or anything like that. So I will definitely link both of these in the description box below, so you can go ahead and grab one. Now I noticed that they have the the ovens with the see-through glass, so that way you can keep an eye on how your food is cooking. So later on, I'll probably go ahead and get me one of those, but as of right now, I'm gonna hang on to what I have, because if you're new to my channel, I am prepping on a budget, and so there are other things that I need to get for my home, and so I have some other things that'll be coming up. So the next time, I wasn't gonna let the cat out of the bag, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, the next time we do some cooking with the oven, I am going to be baking some baked potatoes, because I'm really curious to see how long it's gonna take for baked potatoes to bake, and I'm curious to see how many of these butane fuels that I'll have to use in order to bake those baked potatoes. So be on the lookout for that. It'll probably be within the next couple of weeks or so. And I feel like that's something that's easy, that we can just wash the potatoes off, wrap them up in some aluminum foil, and stick them in this oven and see how those do. So I'm so excited about that, you guys. So if you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and come and hang out with me on my next video or short. And also hit your post notification bell, so that way when I upload my next video, you guys will be notified. I pray that you guys have an amazing day. Have an amazing remainder of the week. Also, give your girl a thumbs up so YouTube can push this video out into the algorithm for more people to see. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.